Hang on, man. Okay, I said I didn't know where it was going or if it was going to build. Well, it built and quick. Welcome back and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Now, it's been a hot minute since I last checked out Sonata Arctica, and I can't really tell you why, because I remember my first reaction and I absolutely loved the song, loved the sound. The video was a bit strange, but I loved the song. Absolute fire. It's one of those things where you hear something, you love it, and you don't quite find your way back because of all the other requests in the system, all the new music coming out. And that's exciting in its own right, but I'm glad we're back. Looking forward to this one. I remember there being crazy good guitar work, awesome vocals. I remember that being a standout feature. And looking forward to this one. Shout out Cool T for sending me a link to a live version of this song. Super excited. Sonata Arctica, Full Moon, live. Let's see what you got.
Full moon. Standing in a corner all alone, staring from the bottom of my soul, watching the night come in from the window.
Hang on a second. Wow. Okay, so live recording. You can hear the crowd clapping. You can hear that ambience. It's setting the scene. It's really cool. I love how delicately this started. Also, shout out that guy for playing a keyboard and wearing a guitar at the same time. That is metal. Now, speaking of the keys, ultra delicate, beautiful work. I don't know where the song is going to go, if it's going to build, if it's going to stay the same, but it is a very delicate start. You can hear almost those long chords and synth pieces dragging over the top, and you can hear that really nice lead work. Beautiful, actually. Then his vocals come in. Sounds perfect. Awesome. Ironically, it's a bit of nostalgia, even though I've only heard the one song, because it instantly drew me back to that feeling I had when I first heard his voice. Really good vocalist, so that's awesome. And in particular, I love that chord progression, that drop down. It drops down in a way that you don't expect it to, and it's such a wonderful melody. If that doesn't play a bigger part of the song later, I'm going to have a word with someone.
Alone, staring from the bottom of my soul, watching the night come in from the window. It'll all collapse tonight. The full moon is here again. It's sickness and in health. Understanding to demanding. It has no name. There's one for every season. Makes him safe.
Hang on, man. Okay, I said I didn't know where it was going or if it was going to build. Well, it built and quick. I'm imagining that early piece in the beginning is going to be a stripped down version, very stripped down version of what the chorus will be. It's usually the formula, especially when it sounds so good. That nice rundown where it kind of lifts a little bit, changes a bit of that key, and then goes down again. That's perfect for me. That's melody. I love how the electric guitar came in with just some picking. It was a bit clean, had maybe a bit of like a phase on it, but it was mostly clean. And then all of a sudden into that nice gallop you could hear. And what's happening with the kick drum that I really like is it's on, if you're counting, it would be and a 1, and a 2, and a 3. So those are the accents. And you can hear it with the start of the kick coming in just before the count, on the count, and then you can hear a snare placement. So it's just really cool. I love the gallop sound. I love how the guitars are following that. And it is the perfect canvas to sing on top of, which is why I stopped. I want to go back one more. This is cool, man. Okay, I want to go back before we go too far and I kind of forget about what I want to say here. And I speak about anchors sometimes in music, the thing that roots you. And in my opinion, it's the snare with this, because it's always that thing that brings you back to the end and the slash start of a phrasing. But what's working really well with this is you've got the synth work on top. You got that kind of keys replicating that synth work, which is drifting along the top of the song. You have the guitars trying to gallop and match up with the kick to give a bit of power there. But at some point they link up and then the chords ring out with the synth that is evolving and changing their chord progression. And that's when you can really hear the snare come through. It's very, very cool. And his voice is just fire. It's perfect. He hasn't missed a beat. It's crazy.
Someone sat before understanding, demanding, can this be wrong? It's love that is not ending, makes him insane to know she should not be open door. Full moon is on the sky and he's not the man anymore. See the change in him what caught. See what became out of this man. Swing me the
Come on, man. Okay, so yeah, that chorus is absolute banger. Absolute banger. And he goes up into that kind of like a lot more strain. When you talk about that drop down, a lot more strain in that, and it emphasizes it in a different way. And I think it's really cool. It's special. It's catchy. The quality of his voice is remarkable for this being a live recording. Of course, nothing's perfect, and you can hear with the kick drum, it's quite amplified in this mix, and there's even a little bit of gain on it. You can hear it's not, I don't say it's clipping too much, but you can hear a little bit of that click on there, probably more than you ordinarily would if you were at the concert. But it's not deterring from the music. It's not taking away from the quality of how awesome this song is. And I'm just a big fan, really. Got a bit of chills there, because when the crowd was interacting like that, it's like, I miss live music, man. I just really miss live music. And I was out of the live music scene for a while. Started kind of dipping my toes back in and just falling in love again with going to shows and everything. The journey there, watching the band, talking about it on the way home. It's just, it's special. And I can't wait for it to come back.
see what became out of this man. Swing me the thoughts today. The night is pretty so far today. She doesn't run away. We gotta make the night complete tonight. In the midst of the morning, you gotta find anymore. 100 moons or more.
Kind of in a trance. I'm going to leave it there to go forward. It's a powerful song, but it prioritizes melody and rhythm in a way that is masterful. Melody and rhythm are two different things, but they work together to create something special. And you're hearing it here because there's an edge and rawness and a pattern, and then there's this beautiful, brilliantly executed vocal on top of it. Your musical mind has so many options here to latch onto and enjoy and respect. And I think if you plan it right, you can dip into all of those little elements, or you can just experience the song as a whole. And that's good writing.
Knock on the door and scream that is soon ending. Makes him insane to know she should not lock the open door. Full moon is on the sky and he's not the man anymore. See.
Okay, so I heard this throughout the song. There is a bit of a delay on one of the vocals, it sounds like. At the end, you can hear it kind of run over when the crowd gets involved and sings their piece. I love that participation. And also shout out this crowd for keeping time, man, and actually doing the damn thing. Backing vocals. So you can hear them. They pan slightly to the left in my headphones. I'll have to listen to it again. It doesn't sound like they match perfectly. And again, it's live. This is completely normal. And even the very, very best don't get it 100%. And by no means is it miles off, but it sounded there just in that moment like it wasn't spot on. But there's like a bit of charm to that because it's live and it's real and it's raw. It's cool. Let's go. Man, that's cool. Listen, I love live music, and they were having a lot of fun with that. There were nice breaks in that solo. What I did like about how it started out with the guitar work was it felt like the sound of it was like a bit like a Santana vibe. It had like a lot of stop start. There was a nice real tone on that. Great pieces. And again, you know, things aren't lining up necessarily perfectly when they were playing together there at the end. And there was one note that sounded like it shifted just a little bit on the guitar. But again, that's live music for you, and these guys are playing this crazy long show. It's going to happen, but the link up there at the end, the handoff, the trade-off between the guitar and then the keys, and then for them to re-interact again with each other so quickly, so intensely, that's smart, because normally you just get a handover, whether it be guitars or keys or whatever it is, and that's that. But for them to kind of revisit that in the last phrasing there, I thought it was really cool. Really cool. Where are we going now? That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, got to do more of this stuff. It's crazy. Like, it's quite an older sound. I really like it. It's right up my alley. Like, I love his vocals are the standout for me. Just what a special singer. To be able to hold that quality in what is quite evidently a very difficult song to sing. I'm not a singer, but I've played with a lot of different singers and gone on tour with different singers and seen how much strain and what a toll it takes touring, and you know, warming up to play guitar, your fingers get those calluses and off you go. A lot of it's muscle memory. I imagine singing is partly that, but just the amounts of real dynamic possibilities of things that can go wrong and take strain, the muscles. It's insane how they're able to keep that quality up touring throughout a full concert even. It's remarkable to me. And he's a special singer. Got to do more, so let me know where to go next. Until then, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.